Hello. Think everything's okay. It's been a while, but I'm here. Anyway, I've been wanting to stream the rest of the patch 6.55 content. I've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off because there's been a lot of games that have come out in 2024 already, and there's some that I still need to get and haven't yet. But the big thing that was taking up my time was, of course, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's a great game. But I didn't think I could get away with streaming that because everyone and their mother was. So I just played that on my own. But I had said that I was going to stream this. I'm off this week for spring break, and I'm not feeling as congested, so we're gonna stream. And since I happen to be in Charlene when I log back in, we're gonna start with Tataru's Grand Endeavor. If you'll remember, we've been trying to make a necklace for Tataru with God, it's been so long since I did the first part. But we've been kind of piecing it together with something that was originally hers and then just adding to it to make a necklace. And she's also been trying to expand her business. So we're going to start with that. Magina seems eager to share something with you. Alessandra, I have wonderful news. Thanks to your tireless deliveries, we are now overwhelmed with orders. Mistress Tataru's plan was a success. That's another shipment sent. I don't think I've ever packed so many parcels in my life. Hello there, you. What an incredible memory you must have to remember one such as I. But I don't think we were ever properly introduced. My name is Hasdad. I was among those who traveled here from Palakistan by way of Garlemald during the final days. You and your comrades ensured our safe arrival. I've been working at Tataru's boutique with Magina and Varsarud, albeit behind the scenes. It's rare that I have occasion to visit the storefront. An unfortunate side effect of the constant demands on all our staff. Though I think we would agree that the hustle and bustle is for the best. But don't you wonder what we'll do once the samples have served their purpose? Our equipment is crafted to last, which is wonderful, of course, but also means that our customers are not like to require replacements for some time. Therefore, if we're not constantly receiving new customers, our good fortune will eventually sour, no? Mrs. Tataru isn't so foolish as to have not anticipated such things. I'm sure she's already coming up with new and exciting products to offer our existing clients. Actually, I had an idea of my own. For a new product, I mean. In fact, I presented it to Mistress Tataru just the other day. A new uniform to outfit the academics and researchers of Charlene. Ooh, how enterprising. And what did she say? Well, she seemed hesitant, which I could only interpret as reluctance to hurt my feelings with explicit rejection. But then she told me to look into it further and draft a formal proposal for review. That's wonderful, Magina. When she said to look into it further, did she mean for you to conduct some manner of market survey? Of the academics and researchers? Just so. But, well, some are involved in such sensitive work that simply approaching them is out of the question. Which is to say, my petition to enter Labyrinthos was denied. Instead, I decided to try the studio. The secretarial mammoth was only too happy to schedule a meeting with an academic representative. But now that it's come down to it, I'm feeling ill with nerves. If we're on Mistress Tataru's behalf, it would be different, but this was my initiative. My idea. I'd offer to accompany you, but I have to mind the counter. Perhaps you could offer Magina your support? Yes. Oh, thank you. Can I come as well? I'd like to start thinking of what supplies we'll need for our artisans once your plan is proved. Of course. Very well then. To the studio we go. I just realized that I didn't grab my water bottle. Give me just one moment. Yes. I got it. Sorry about that. All right, to the studio. La 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 la. And Thavner, a man of science, is almost certainly a practitioner of the alchemical arts, but these scholars pursue all manner of disciplines, some less practical than others from what I've seen. This building might well be a temple for how austere it feels. I'm glad I have your company. I was told a Ki Aliapo would be meeting us here. I'm sure they will be along shortly. Hello, representatives from Tataru's boutique, I presume? Oh, Alessandra, what a pleasant surprise. I suppose your presence should merit no shock at all, given the breadth of your generosity. Hi. Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Magina, and I am ever so obliged to you for taking the time to speak with us. Ki Aliapo at your service, and there's no need to stand on ceremony, I assure you. Most of our academics are far more concerned with their research than pleasantries, admittedly to their detriment sometimes. Anyway, how may I help you today? Turn this slightly. There we go. A uniform for our academics and researchers, you say? I myself am ill-equipped to offer an authoritative opinion on the matter, so permit me to arrange some meetings with faculty representatives. Please make yourselves comfortable in the auditorium while I go and summon a few of our more personable personnel. That's the oldest Lalafell I've ever seen. Well, in the Faculty of Archaeology, we spend much of our time traipsing about ancient ruins, which often ends up ruining our clothes, if you'll pardon the pun. An outfit durable enough to handle extended use would be welcome, but it would need to be lightweight and breathable as well. Equatorial deserts can be most taxing, but then again you'd be surprised just how many relics are hidden at the bottom of lakes, and northern waters can get quite chilly. As it stands, my colleagues and I throw any old thing for our fieldwork, whatever we have on hand that is suitable for the conditions, with the understanding it may need to be disposed of afterwards. Funding for research equipment and the like is precious enough as it is, and we can't afford to have dozens of bespoke garments for every situation. Which is probably not what you were hoping to hear, I realize. No, thank you for your counter. It's true, new kit can be rather expensive. We must ensure our prices stay affordable. I remember this guy. The ideal outfit for astronomers? Wait, Jeremy mentioned something about fashion recently. When we were stargazing? What was it? Just not the clothes that make the man, Jude, but the man that makes the clothes. Yes, very lovely and poetic, but I haven't the foggiest what it means. Well, I suppose we astronomers often conduct our celestial observations from locales remote and subsequently chilly, you know, mountaintops and the like, so something warm? If warm is truly their only requirement, then I think it's safe to say this is the opposite of an untapped market niche. The Faculty of Medicine has strict requirements for dress on account of hygiene regulations. Fabrics that are resistant to stains and possess antibacterial properties are a must, for example. Additionally, we students of nutritional sciences must vigorously dart about the kitchen, so dressing for comfort is nearly as essential as cleanliness. And if it were fashionable enough to perhaps inspire others to follow in our footsteps, all the better. I remember her, too. We require no such clothing in the Faculty of Anthropology, for we make all that we require right here. Rather, Professor Tankin prefers to do so, that he may better understand how necessity begets innovation. I can't say I completely agree with the logic, though I suppose I've grown to appreciate his sense of aesthetics now that the professor and I are... but that has little bearing on your project. It's okay. Glad you guys are working out. An outfit that ameliorates aether sickness, without a doubt. You'd think that we at the Faculty of Aetherology would have developed such an outfit by now, no? But alas, our primary projects demand every moment we possess. We cannot afford to divide our resources. Well, how'd it go? I don't know, to be honest. Everyone has such different preferences that I'm not sure if it's even possible to satisfy them all. A fair concern. The studio's faculties are filled with opinionated individuals, each with their own peculiarities. Additionally, our academics spend much of their time engaged in fieldwork as opposed to seminars, which further complicates stipulations of dress. Academics sound just as unique as adventurers. Indeed, it was naive to assume that One type of uniform could account for the needs of all academics. We'd best return to the boutique. Thank you for your assistance, Mistress Aliapo. And I truly thought I had a good idea. No doubt Mistress Tataru knew its folly, but had me research it regardless, so that I might reach the conclusion on my own. She meant well, I'm sure. See how the hardships make you strong. That's an important phrase to you, isn't it? Indeed it is. It comes from the teachings bestowed upon us by the old gods. Many Hanish held fast to those words and their wisdom during the final days, so as not to give in to despair. When we call upon the divinities, it is not to beg for salvation, but for guidance. So long as we live by their teachings, there's no hardship we cannot overcome. This is a core tenet of Hanish faith that has seen us through much adversity since the founding of our nation. It is as you say has done. Yet until you did, it did not occur to me to consider how they might apply to my personal struggle. Coming to Charlian and working with Mistress Tataru at the boutique, I've met so many peoples from all sorts of cultures, but in trying so hard to accommodate their wants and needs, I fear my own heritage has become an afterthought. There's no shame in dedicating yourself to your work, and as we all have our limits, compromise and sacrifice are inevitable. It may surprise you, but once I aspired to become a steward. To look back on it now, it feels fanciful. Strange that we so easily let our dreams be cast aside by circumstance. I swore nothing would stand between me and my chosen path. Yet, here I am. I know the divinities will guide us wheresoever we go, but what if we stray too far? Would I be a fool to suggest that perhaps we should return to Thavnair? But Mistress Tataru has done so much for us. We cannot simply leave the boutique on a moment's notice. Maybe not, but what of our family and friends? It is one thing for us to send money and well wishes, but I wonder if we could not do more if we were there helping to rebuild. We haven't been back to the village since the final days, and if we're already forgetting our old lives, I don't know. I just think Mistress Tataru should know how we feel is all. What do you think? Gotta admit that hit a little close to home. You know, not necessarily like their exact scenario, but you know, thinking about if you've kind of strayed from your original goals, you know? I know I've been having to deal with that with streaming. But I've kind of been thinking about that just in general, career-wise, like... I always had a plan in my head of, you know, a roadmap, if you will. It's like, you know, go to school, get my degree, get a job, the day job, if you will, so that I could get health benefits to improve my health so that I could be in a better position to record voice auditions for stuff. And I feel like I've kind of been stuck in that point, you know? It's part of why I haven't been streaming a whole lot either, is like, I know this hasn't been going the way I'd like. And I've heard it said that, you know, if you're streaming and you're not making progress, you should stop and reassess. So, it's just stuff I've been thinking about. Part of why I'm streaming is because I kind of have this mindset of like finishing what I started, and since I love this game, and you know, I had streamed some of the previous Tataru Endeavor quests and Hildibrand. You know, I wanna finish that. You know, kind of a lead into Dawn Trail, because I'm definitely gonna want to play that, and I'd like to stream it. You know, even if I'm not making a lot of progress, you know, in my, you know, reach, stats, viewer count, whatever. I like doing it. So, just stuff on my mind that this kind of had me thinking about. Let's keep going. I suppose I have been dedicating myself to work, but is this who I wanted to become? A Hanish who has forgotten her culture? Varusud says that Mistress Tataru should be stopping by soon. When I asked how she felt about returning to Thavnir, she said she'd need time to consider it. For my part at least, I think consulting with Mistress Tataru will help put my mind at ease. My, what a busy counter we have tonight. Dad, it's good to see you out from behind your usual shipping crates. Yes, I thought I'd come and help Megina with her research. We've just returned from interviewing academics at the studio. About that, Mistress Tataru. Suffice it to say, their requirements were all radically different. I know I said a uniform for researchers and academics, but I'm afraid I may have deeply underestimated the feasibility of such a project. And that's perfectly alright. The important thing is to learn from what you discover so you can retain and apply that knowledge as you continue on your entrepreneurial journey. The right idea for a new product will find us when it's ready. In the meantime, I have more samples in need of delivery, and seeing as Alessandra is very conveniently standing within my line of sight... 1,000 pardons, Mr. Tataru, but before you continue, I wish to speak with you about a personal matter. You've shown us incredible charity, which makes this all the more difficult to ask, but I wonder if I should return home, to Thavnir. Please do not mistake this as dissatisfaction with our arrangement. If anything, I've grown so accustomed to life in Sharlayan that I fear I've begun to forget myself, my dreams, my faith, the person I used to be before I came here. Not only that, in spite of my regular remittances, I worry that our village struggles to rebuild after the final days, while I live happily removed from a burden I ought to share more. It feels disingenuous to both my home and the many kindnesses you have continued to show us. I see. And do you both feel the same? I've been so devoted to my work that I hadn't given much thought to returning until Hasdad mentioned it, but to claim that I am not worried about the village would be a lie. While I am of similar mind to Magina, I must nevertheless remain here. Among other reasons, there is a project I am resolved to complete. Yeah, the necklace. Uh-huh. Well, I would be very sorry to see any of you go, but if remaining here causes you grief, I will spare no effort to see you safely home. Which is why I have decided that our next set of samples shall be delivered to Palika's stand. Furthermore, I ask that those who wish to visit accompany Alessandra on her errand. Seeing how your village fares is no doubt the best thing for you both right now. I will help you to understand your feelings, after which we may proceed howsoever you desire. And should your colleagues require it, I'm sure you can be relied upon to dispense the perfect advice. You got it, Tataru. Magina, Hasdad, give everyone my regards. Oh. Then it's settled. I'll begin preparing the samples at once. Allow me to assist. No matter what happens, we must finish Mr. Tataru's necklace. Are we ready to proceed with the restoration, you think? I dare say we have enough additional materials thanks to Alessandra's dedication. As for the work itself, I thought we could entrust it to the lapidary mistress Tataru once apprenticed with. I was sort of hoping that I could do it. Sure, that will mean a lot to Tataru. I'm glad you think so as well. Let's leave the necklace in Varsid's capable hands and join Hassan at Scholar's Harbor. There they are. I never imagined we'd get the opportunity to return so quickly. I hope everyone is doing well. I remember when we first set foot upon these docks. After a long, exhausting journey through frozen wastes, after surviving those horde beasts, Mrs. Tataru was a warm beacon of light. Working at the boutique has helped us to rebuild our lives, but I will never forget that feeling of powerlessness. Should I have stayed in Palakistan and tried to defend my people? Was I a coward to flee? Is it a betrayal to my home and to myself to remain here? I can't stop thinking in circles. Anyway, I'm glad for this opportunity to better understand where my heart truly lies. All will be well, I'm sure. But we must be off, lest we miss our connecting flight. Is it a flight if you're on a boat, though? Maybe they're taking the boat to a airship. Yay, free teleport! Oh, I've missed the smell of spice and this warmth. We're back. We're truly back at Thavnair. Was Razatan always this grand? Can't believe we lived so close yet so rarely made the trip. You remember how it was. Village duties always kept us all too busy for travel. Defending pilgrims was trying enough for the stewards even before the final days. I wonder how many temple roads are still traversable. If even those in Razatan struggle to travel for worship, our feelings of estrangement may be more common than we think. Since we come all this way, would you mind terribly if Hesdad and I toured the city on our own? Let's plan to meet in Palakistan on. Okay. Let's see. I want to see what that is real quick before I word out. Is that the Hildibrand quest? Yeah, it is. Okay, that's fine. We'll be doing that soon enough. Since I did the Little Lady's slash Hatching Tide quest, I got a whole bunch of mounts, it feels like. Where'd it go? There she is. I got this little cutie. That's why I had the dwarf rabbit out, because she summons little dwarf rabbits. Alright. Ubers are so funny when they fly. Home at last. Yes, home. I can finally breathe again. Come, let's go and find the elder. Elder, you're a bit... Ustad, Regina, how wonderful it is to see you. I've been so worried. Tell me, how is life in Charlian? Are you being treated well? Oh yes, Elder. Our employer, Mrs. Tataru, is the kindest of businesswomen. In fact, she arranged for us to accompany Alessandra on her errand here so we might enjoy some time at home. That is very good of her indeed. I'm relieved to hear you are being looked after. You are ever a guardian to our people. Thank you for seeing these children safely home. Now then, what is this errand you speak of? I've got some samples from her boutique. These are for you. Oh, splendid! Our stewards shall put these to good use, you may be assured. If only we could repay your generosity with something even half as marvelous. Alas, ours is a village of little extravagance. Everything seems as ever it was. Indeed, with the support of the Radiant Hosts and the funds you and others have sent, we have regained much of the peace we once knew. Thank the sisters. Still, there was something I wished to speak with you about, Elder. You are worried your heart grows distant from Thavner, that you have wandered too far from home. My child, it is only right that you should wander, that you should roam. Your heart's connection endures no matter where you go. You yet think of us fondly enough to visit, yes? And send us what little you can spare, do you not? Gestures, perhaps, but not true commitment. Should I not be here with all of you, working to restore our village? There is no restoring our village, Hastad. Without those we lost, Palakistan will never be what it was. We must instead do all we can to become a new village, with a new future ahead of us. Although the particulars of our path are not yet clear to me. How so? Ours has always been a settlement of stewards, as well you know, tasked with the protection and preservation of Thavner's sacred sites. But we have seen our roads shaken and temples defiled by beasts. The material is not always within our ability to protect. What is everlasting is our faith, the bonds between our people and the divine. Through the old teachings, we remind ourselves of life's meaning. Yet if we wish to ensure our traditions endure for generations to come, should we not strive to do more than maintain our temples until pilgrims deign to visit? But I do not wish to tire you with an old man's musings. Surely there are other ways of ensuring our people remain connected to their heritage and faith. All we need is the right idea. Something new our village could offer. Well, my words seem to have inspired you, and with the worldly insights you have gained, I'm sure any future you envision for Palakistan will be nothing short of remarkable. But there is no need to rush. Take some time to speak with the others and make yourselves at home. One moment, s'il vous plaît. Sorry, my nose was getting a little stuffy. It still is, but it was more stuffy. How else can a village help to strengthen our people's connection to their faith? Ooh, a present? How foolish I was to think the answer would be so simple. I would come home, roll up my sleeves, and help restore our village to the way it was. I would find fulfillment. Alas, not all that was lost can be reclaimed. Our people face a new struggle, but perhaps by discovering new ways for the village to fulfill its duty, we might yet help our community. Exactly. Like the elders said, surely our experiences in Charlian have given us a unique perspective. Not to mention Alessandra's extensive knowledge of the world. I'm sure that between the three of us we could come up with a brilliant plan to support Palika's stand. Yeah? Yes, you were right. And I'm sure that hearing how everyone fares will give us insights as well. If you think of any ideas, we would be glad to hear them. Not a soul here will ever forget the hero of Palika's stand. I'm sure everyone will be just as eager to speak with you as us. There are also others with whom I'd like to speak once we've finished here. Of course, we mustn't forget to pay our respects. Excuse me, I couldn't help but notice that beautiful equipment you delivered to the Elder. As a weaver who crafts armor for our stewards, I would love to hear more about its origins. Came from Tataru's boutique in Charlian. Created in cooperation with guilds from across the world? I must have a closer look. The final days explode the... feel like I'm sluggish right now. The final days exposed the limitations of my skills. Traditional Thavnerian techniques alone did not suffice. I'm eager to hone my craft by studying the work of foreign artisans. Although in my weaker moments I often wonder if purchasing armor for our stewards would be the superior solution. Alas, that would require a surplus of coin as well as available product. As a village sustained by donations and remittances, we would be hard-pressed to afford anything so expensive, even if such supplies were to venture this deep into the jungle. Oh, hello there. Staying for a while or just passing through? Our recovery has been slow but steady, though I am concerned for those who still struggle with wounds our healers cannot cure. The final days may have passed, but grief and trauma are not so easily overcome, or ever for those who must accept them as constant companions. Ours is a tightly knit community, but I worry for those in the capital and abroad. I imagine it is difficult for them to honor the old teachings as they labor far from home. So many of us fled during those dark times. If only we could bring the comforts of community to Alhanish. If it isn't Hasdad and Magina, accompanied by our savior no less. Welcome home, welcome home. True, we're a bit short-handed these days, but we manage nevertheless. While there's a happiness in being reunited with our young ones, we're just as happy knowing that you're walking your own path, no matter where it leads. I remember Hasdad couldn't wait to become a steward when he was little. But as far as I'm concerned, sending aid from afar is just as praiseworthy as tending to the temples here. Times are changing, and who's to say that this cannot be another form of stewardship? A steward who supports the village from afar? I never even considered the possibility. Seeing everyone so eager to help one another makes me more determined than ever to contribute. But before anything else, shall we go? Let's. It'll be good to visit. To Perusa, then. Could we ask you to accompany us? The temple roads are perilous, and your presence would be a great comfort. I gotta go. To avoid that fate there. When I was little, we used to run through these wilds, playing steward and imagining fierce battles with hideous beasts. But the scolding of a lifetime when our parents found out. But when it really happened, the sky turned red and the jungle spewed forth unspeakable horrors. I could do nothing but cower. Perhaps that's why I feel so guilty for not returning, for not doing more even if it may never be enough. But this time I will rise to the occasion. I never used to give much thought to those who walk these roads before me. Countless pilgrims who risked their lives for their faith. Aware of the dangers ahead, they pressed on. So strong was their devotion, so sacred the tradition. It is a perilous path you walk. So it is written, and so too our forebears must have felt when braving these jungles to reach what would become our beloved home. Monsters everywhere. Sorry, the music's pretty. It's been a while. Yes, but we made it. I'm home, Mother, Father. Here at Peruso, we may commune with the spirits of the departed. Neither Megina's nor my parents survived the final days. I told them about how you saved us and that we're doing well. I know they will rest easier for it. May the next time we visit be to deliver glad tidings from Palakistan. Though I was relieved to find the village in a better state than I had feared. Seems there are still issues we might help address. Finding a steady source of income, for instance, so the stewards can be properly outfitted without overwhelming our weaver. I was also troubled to hear about those who continue to struggle without the support of a local community. There must be some way to provide respite. Yes, indeed. Question is what? Do you have any thoughts? Never underestimate the power of a partnership. Indeed, Mr. Tataru developed the boutique through close partnerships, after all. And look how far it's come. Wait, that's it. If Palakistan were to enter into a partnership with the boutique, that might lead to great opportunities. I think you're onto something. If the boutique sold wares the village produced, for instance, our people would have a reliable revenue stream. But what can Palakistan offer? And to whom? How about amulets and talismans, or images of the deities? Something simple, created with love for our homeland and our faith, so no one forgets or feels forgotten. I like that. Our temples were created in remembrance of our ancestors and divine teachings, but reminders needn't only take the form of great works. Small keepsake may be just what our scattered brethren need to reassure themselves that they are still members of the community. This could be the answer we were looking for. Can't wait to tell Mistress Tataru. Yes. Rather, I can't wait for you to tell Mistress Tataru, Regina. It was your idea, after all. A team effort, let us say. I certainly couldn't have come up with it without you and Alessandra. If our proposal is approved... If our proposal is approved, Miss Tataru will no doubt need assistance in Charlian. I'm ready and willing to provide it, but what of you, Hashtag? What will you do? I too will return to the boutique. One day I will come home to stay, but for now I wish to do all in my power to help our village thrive. I'm relieved to hear you say so. Let's go and consult with the elder about our plan. Needing a little snack. I was lost in a fog, unable to find the path forward. But Regina's brilliant idea has given me the clarity I needed. I know now what I must do for myself and for my people. If Elder Yurvik gives us his blessing, all that's left is to present our proposal to Mistress Tataru. I hear you were kind enough to escort these children to Perusa. Again, you have my gratitude. Are your feelings any clearer for it? I think so. Vegeta and I talked it over, and we believe we have struck upon a new way the village might support our people. Tangible mementos of our faith? An interesting proposition. Many here would be glad to create such reminders. I expect those unable to perform strenuous labor would be especially grateful for an opportunity to contribute to the prosperity of our village, to say nothing of the options these additional funds would provide. But most importantly, we would be able to help those who have chosen to live apart from us feel that much more connected to their community and their faith. I'm proud of you both for discovering such an innovative way to do so. It would likely mean Hasdad and I will stay in Charlian for the foreseeable future. Then take with you the knowledge that no matter where your journey takes you, our hearts will always be as one. May the sisters guide you. We'll come back again, I promise. In the meantime, we shall see our plan to fruition. I'll send word once we've determined the particulars. Right then, Charlian awaits. Nom 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 nom. Even Versa likes their idea. Here's hoping Mistress Tataru does as well. Alessandra, the necklace is back from the lapidary. He had nothing but fond memories of Mr. Tataru and was eager to pour his everything into the restoration. The result is magnificent. The original sapphire, accented with black pearl from the ruby sea, and rose shell of willet, united by a length of machi leather. Singular necklace symbolizing Mr. Tataru's past and present. By the sisters, what a remarkable gift! However, it wants for a finishing touch. Huh? Preferably by your hand, Alessandra. And after hearing about your visit to Palakistan, I know just the thing. In short, we will be proposing a new line of products to help our people feel closer to their roots, yes? So, in honor of Mr. Tataru's roots, I would have you inscribe the symbol of Nalthal upon the back of the pendant. Would be an honor. I'm sure she will adore it. Our work is officially done. I've just received word from Mr. Tataru. She should be arriving in Scholar's Harbor soon. Let's go and meet her there. Okay. I wasn't expecting a personal consort escort from the docks. Though I dare say I could grow accustomed to it. How was your time in Palakistan? Did you find it worthwhile? So while they do have interest in our equipment, matters of recovery are their greater concern at present? Recovery, yes, but also growth, which may lead to a lucrative opportunity for the boutique, if you will permit me to suggest another new product. What if we offered handcrafts designed and produced by the people of Palakistan? Authentic works representative of Hannish culture. For those of us living abroad, reminders of home would do wonders to ease feelings of estrangement, and for others such pieces could be appreciated as beautiful works of art. Our village is up to the task. You will not be disappointed. Doubt not their conviction, Mr. Tataru. A product that embodies Thavnir's spiritual beauty to be shared with the whole world? Why, the boutique should offer nothing less. Though I've made wonderful progress with our samples, I believe it's time for a change of pace, and handicrafts born from a heartfelt desire to celebrate one's culture is bound to resonate with others. Given her eagerness, I presume Regina intends to stay and help facilitate this new venture. Well, what about you, Astad? You felt the call to return to Thavnir rather more strongly, as I recall. Yes, well, after talking with everyone at home, I realized that living apart from them does not mean I must forsake my childhood dreams of service. I believe I can best serve my people by staying in Charlian and continuing to work at the boutique, if you'll have me. With pleasure, Hasdad. Mrs. Tataru, if it would not be untoward, we would like to present you with a small token of our appreciation for everything you've done for us. For you. Not untoward at all. Rest assured that I graciously accept all offerings of praise and adoration, especially ones as fine as this. But how queer! This sapphire looks remarkably like the one Alessandra, is this my mother's sapphire? Hers, so now rightfully yours. It's hers. It's really hers. Never in my life did I imagine I'd see this jewel again. It was part of a family heirloom. When my mother was married, she received it from her mother. How her eyes sparkled when she spoke of one day giving it to me, I'll never forget. But when Father's business failed, we lost everything, and that was the last I saw of it. Though your heirloom did not survive in its entirety, Master Pippin managed to recover the sapphire. From there we collected parts from clients during sample deliveries and commissioned the necklace you now hold. Now that I think of it, Alessandra often did receive mysterious gifts on those visits, so that's what it was about. Time after time, I'm reminded that a fortune in coin promises only a fraction of what a wealth of friendship provides. When my family lost its last skill, I became a lapidary's apprentice, and that's how I met a certain miner named Nymphelia. We hit it off instantly, chatting every time she brought in gems for appraisal. And then one day she came not with her usual haul, but with an invitation to join the Path of the 12. The rest, as they say, is history. One serendipitous meeting that led to so many others, that led to so many incredible adventures. That saw a poor little girl reunited with a priceless memento. Our teachings say that there is more ugliness than beauty in this world. To live is to suffer. But we never need suffer alone. And what is more beautiful than the bonds we share with others? Indeed, it is these connections that give meaning to our lives. Connections for which I too am grateful, and thus compelled to advise that we return to the Agora. The counter remains unmanned and we mustn't neglect our clients. Quite right. Back to work with the lot of us. We've got new products to plan. No doubt we'll be even busier in the days ahead, but if our village prospers, then it will all be worth it. Alessandra, on behalf of the entire boutique, allow me to thank you for all you've done. I'm ashamed to admit that in our excitement to prepare Mistress Tataru's surprise, Heavensward and I failed to prepare something for you. It's okay. And that sounds like the cue from Mistress Tataru. Huh? Very soon, Alessandra here will no doubt embark upon another journey to corners of the world unknown, as she is wont to do. So, to wish you well in making new friends, and to remind you of those who will always hold you in their hearts, I have prepared bespoke chocobo barding, crafted with love by one Tataru. Thank you. I dare say the boutique will be embarking upon its own adventure in the coming days, and with true adventure invariably comes tribulation. But with your compassion, resourcefulness, and reliability, I have every confidence that we shall succeed in our respective endeavors. To ever higher returns of both coin and camaraderie. Oh, and don't think just because you're running off to the other side of the world that I don't intend to solicit your future involvement, Alessandra. You won't escape me that easily. You got it. Yay! Big dreams, big fortune. Alright. So now, we can head to Razatop. Trying to sneak in more bites of crackers. Nom 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 nom. Delion is ready to embark on his latest investigation. Alessandra, you're just in time to assist with my latest fact-finding expedition. Our recent foray into Charlene revealed that Poo-Poo's friend was in the company of a Hannish alchemist, yes? As such, I was inspired to do some preliminary legwork here in Thavner. I contacted my usual sources for local sightings of alien phenomena, but alas, they had none to share. I have thus switched tactics and decided to track down this alchemist's fellow instead. Surely someone will have heard the tale of an apothecary bold enough to set up shop on a Garlean battlefield. The inspector and the others have been pursuing a similar line of inquiry, yet have found no leads here in the city or at the Great Work. I believe they've moved their investigation to Yeddelmod, so I suggest we hurry over there and join them. We cannot have that little blue man muddying the waters when we're so close to grasping his master plan. Gonna fly over there to give me an excuse to eat more. Once I get into the town, I'll use those so I can take a look at it. There we are. Brandhild. Use these real quick.
Oh, my friend is an exceptional individual, capable of astounding feats that I could never accomplish without the help of my starship's equipment.
What else can you tell us about your long-lost comrade, Master Poo-Poo? This port town would be an excellent place to analyze global trading trends. I see the two of you are eager as ever to observe my inspectorial genius at work. Ah, the long-term fans are often the most ardent. As a matter of fact, we were just about to continue our investigation into the alchemists we know to have been traveling with Master Poo-Poo's comrade. I mean, that is to say, I'm merely following in the inspector's wake. You needn't be so modest, my dear Inspector Brandhild. 'Tis wrong of me to comport myself as an equal to you all in any respect, for I am but a copy, and a flawed one at that. Stuff and nonsense, clone or not, self-deprecation is unbecoming of a Mandeville man. Exactly! The things you can do are amazing! Oh, I don't know about that. 'Twas you who saved Alessandra from certain doom, was it not? While not quite as eloquent as mine, your rapid reasoning is nevertheless quite effective. 'Tis kind of you to accept me, rough edges and all. I only hope my meager contributions are of some small assistance. Too modest by half. I'd say his mental faculties far surpass those of the original. That's enough chin-wagging amongst ourselves, I think. Let us spread out and learn what the locals know of this adventurous apothecary. Okay, gang, split up and look for clues. Actually, I'll go this way first. Yes, I know the one of whom you speak. The fisherman told me of a friend of his, an apothecary who set off for war-torn Galamon to sell his medicines. Reckless fool, if you ask me. I've no interest in the affairs of such men, but you do, I take it. And so I suggest you head to Usekiyik and hear the tale for yourself. Look for a redhead lad there gathering shellfish. Inspector Branderhild is possessed of a brilliant mind. If he were willing to work for the Thavnarian truth, I'd employ him in a heartbeat. He is very smart. Do I know any apothecaries in Razadon? Of course, more than I can count. Not heard tell of anyone peddling such goods in the heart of the Empire, though. Seems like a terrible idea to me, what with civil war raging and the world almost ending. The situation's improved in recent days, but even so, the Radiant's host still has to provide security for cargo shipments. A lone merchant trading there alone? Impossible. What? I know of many merchants who travel abroad to ply their wares, but none who have business in Garlemald. You'd have to be mad or desperate indeed to consider setting up shop in that troubled land. Main word is we've signed some kind of trade agreement with the Garleans, but it's still not the kind of place where one simply wanders in and opens a street stall. One does not simply walk into Garlemald and sell wares. No, she was falling asleep. There's her stalker.
How fare your inquiries?
Inspector Branderhill, a blocky man of quality. Oh, Alessandra, I hope your questioning has borne fresher fruit than mine. Oh, it said there's a redhead boy. Oh, a good friend of the alchemist in question, you say? Then let us gather the troops and pay a visit to this felicitous fisherman. Story of my apothecary friend? Oh, you must mean Baharasov. Well, I was near enough to calling it a day anyway, so here's what I can tell you. Baharasov comes from a very poor family, and growing up never had much in the way of money or possessions. I suppose those experiences are what led to his lifelong obsession with gaining wealth. After trying his hand at a succession of trades, he decided alchemy would earn him the most skill. But his stock never sold as well as he hoped. So when he heard about the internal strife in Garlemald, he saw it as golden opportunity. Surely the middle of a war was the best place to sell medicines. Or like the best place for near-death experiences. He soon gave up on his Garlemald adventure, but while one would have expected him to return lamenting his ill fortune, Baharasov was practically euphoric when I saw him again. A God's given blessing he'd found in the snowfields had given him much cause to celebrate. He said he'd learned how to create gold. Must admit, I laughed at first, but then he showed me a gleaming mountain of the stuff, enough to proclaim himself a merchant prince. He even changed his name to Vanhudi, word which brings to mind the bounty of the divine. A name I have heard. He's the rising star of the markets, is he not? The one snapping up commercial ventures left and right? Yes, Vanudi has certainly made his ambitions known there in Thavner, especially when he attempted to purchase the entire port of Yildibrand. Darkmasters declined to sell, of course, but when it comes to buying historic landmarks, a bottomless coin purse can open surprising doors. Last I heard, he'd converted the Gilded Aria into a private abode and has been filling it with every rare treasure his gold can secure. He pays out particularly large sums for artworks depicting the goddess Asura. I remember him being a fervent worshipper of hers even as a child. I've encountered much Malusia and Murgo lore in Razatan, yet I recall no mention of this Asura. Well, that's hardly surprising. As deity of war, she's not well loved by the common folk. Baharasaf is different, though. He sees life as a constant battle to amass wealth, and it is to Asura whom he prays for victory. And damn me if she didn't listen. At once poor boy became merchant royalty, a man far too rich and important now to afford more than a fleeting moment for simple fishermen, even those who were once dear friends. If you'll excuse me, I really must leave it at that. These clams won't sell themselves, you know. How about that, huh? Our sought-after apothecary and the upstart merchant prince were one and the same. Might we assume the blessing he stumbled upon in Garamode was a certain alien craft and its occupant? Sorry to intrude, but aren't you the hero who helped us when folk were turning into beasts? Well, some nasty-looking creature just showed up outside town. One of our guards went to confront it, but I don't like her odds against that thing. This sounds like a case for Inspector Hildibrand. Come, friends, let us investigate forthwith. Oh. Oh, God. I thought you destroyed that monster. I have the situation under control, citizens. This individual bears a strong resemblance to a known fugitive, so I thought it prudent to investigate. Regrettably, he has proven less than forthcoming with answers. How many times must we teach you the same lesson, shiny skull man? Lesson? What are you on about? Cease this babbling and get out of my way! Lauer and Vanuni's orders are to cause trouble at the port, and I'm running behind schedule. Vanuni? The merchant who tried to buy Yedamlad? So he put you up to this? Curses! How did you manage to deduce our dastardly plan? You just blurted it out. Silence! No one who learns of our scheme can be suffered to live. Prepare to be squashed, meddlesome worms! Oh, I knew it. I knew they cloned him. 3 more sinister skullmen. Was the doctor a quadruplet? Mother? Vexatious sperm, and this will soften you up. Batter up. Bah, a lucky hit. Swing, bada bada bada. Good catch, Hildibrand. Oh, everyone knows. I love how now she just slowly walks away. One last pitch. Bring it. Hell yeah! But that was my fastball! Home run! Come to expect father's sudden appearances, but what brings you here, mother? A proposition from that merchant Van Hoody, as a matter of fact. I'm accompanying your dad as a manager for Mandeville and Mandeville, and we were just on our way to the bloke's mansion. I've already refused Master Van Hoody once before when he tried to buy out our commercial empire. This time, however, the deal concerns offloading a quantity of gold at wholesale prices. It is quite an attractive offer, considering fine jewelry is our stock in trade, and we thought to at least listen to his proposal. But if you would purposely command his lackeys to disturb the peace of a public port... We can't do business with a thug like that. Absolutely not. Where did all those lackeys come from in the first place? Is there a hulking, weaponized brute manufactory around here somewhere? As I suspected, my ship's vaporization beam is configured to expunge only replicated matter. So you can copy inorganic materials as well. Oh, interesting. Once the matter duplication facility has analyzed an object's molecular structure, it can generate any number of copies. It cannot create matter from nothing. A requisite supply of ether must be on hand to facilitate the process. Cool, you sure do know about a lot, Inspector Brandhild. Even alien starships. Tis no great achievement. As I've mentioned, the gaps in my knowledge were patched with data from the starship's own archives, which included the vessel's full schematics and functions. Assuming I understand this correctly, is it possible Van Hoody is using the repaired alien craft to replicate piles and piles of gold? You share the same suspicion, Master Delian. To my knowledge, no other method exists that can reliably produce precious metals. Of course, 'tis the obvious conclusion. That being the case, one might further assume that Van Hoody is either threatening or deceiving Master Poo-Poo's comrade in order to gain access to the vessel's superior technology. Our course of action is clear. We march right up to this gold spawner's front door and demand the release of his extraterrestrial hostage. The Inspector's mother is monstrously strong as the Mandeville men. Except, That doesn't make any sense.
All this talk of threats and deceit has me worried.
I'm given to understand that while identical in appearance, the craft belonging to Master Pupu's comrade is equipped with more advanced technology.
That was a smashing hit, Alessandra.
I was hesitant to put stock in the unsavory rumors I'd heard, but this unprovoked attack on Laporte would seem to be incontrovertible proof of Vanudi's villainy.
Good to see you, Alessandra. And good to see you're still keeping company with our darling boy. That blocky lad a new friend of yours? Smooth off the edges and he'd be the spitting image of our Hildy.
We must confront this malicious merchant at once. Your heart's set on confrontation, then you may as well come with us. Vanudi's invitation included a private airship flight to his new estate.
Aye, we still need to formally reject his deal anyways, and his pilot will be waiting.
Shall we be on our way? We meet Vanudi's pilot atop the rise just south of Kadaya's footsteps. Since we got the stuff for the chocobo, let's pause a sec here to take a look at the gear. Not bad. Very basic. Change to be a little less roby. Oh, God, I did that. We have that has pants. What am I crap? Oh. Yeah. That's not bad. Very simple. No, I'll leave it on. Lord Godbert, Lady Julian. And Entourage. Pray excuse our presumptuousness. My son and his companions insisted they come along, desperate as they were, to meet with the illustrious Master Vanudi. I see. One moment, if you please. Lord Vanudi should be glad to welcome you all to his home. Pray step aboard and I shall take you there directly. Welcome, honored guest, to my humble abode. I trust the view is to your liking. Since you traveled all the way from distant Ul'dah, a pleasant backdrop to our talks was the least I could provide. And what an unexpected boon this is. I had been debating when to extend you a personal invitation, but now here you are, like a wish come true. Save your act for the magistrates, Ranudi. We know the secret of your ill-gotten gold. You will cease this exploitation of alien technology and release your hostage into the care of Master Poo-Poo at once. Unraveled all my schemes, have you? Good. I didn't waste my breath on tedious explanations. This is Master Poo-Poo, I presume. I do have his fellow alien here with me, yes. As for exploiting their technology, I freely admit to duplicating a quite frankly obscene amount of gold, but that was merely the beginning. Imagine making copy after copy of the deadliest weapons in existence. Would not the world itself be yours for the taking? Let's get straight to the point. I want you at my side. With the vaunted warrior of light as the template for my clone army, we could conquer this and every other land in creation. I would never, ever agree to this. I refuse, categorically and emphatically. A pity, yet I anticipated you would prove an impediment to my ascension. Yes, it seems the time has come to test Luge's ritual of manifestation. All was prepared long in advance of your coming. This tower holds not only mundane treasures, but also caches of crystals. As for the requisite congregation of worshippers, well, I had but to clone myself. After all, who's more devoted to my cause and my goddess than me? Divine sir, take up thy blades and wage war upon my unearthly rival. This ain't your fight, bro. Nay, Hildibrand. Against the primal we may be more hindrance than help. We dare not remain within its sphere of influence. Best of luck, my friend. I must make a gentlemanly withdrawal. I was wondering when she was gonna show up.
Madame? I think they would put this tied to Hildibrand. Wonder if people are annoyed about that, but I guess it works out since the relic quests were tied to it, they were expecting everyone to do it, so. This fight was awesome at FanFest. Hopefully I can do a little better now that I'm playing as my main. Because at FanFest you had to like party up with randos if you didn't have like a full group of 8. So, because a group I was joined with already had 2 healers, I had to go with Red Mage. So it'll be nice to do this as a healer. Hopefully I can remember the basics. Anyway, let's queue up for this fight. Hopefully the queue won't take too long. At least I could get close to her like this. Take a shot. Oop. There we go. Alright, let's go! I love this theme so much. Final Fantasy IV had such great music, and Soken has done such a wonderful job arranging it for 14. Come on, other healer, wake up! I also love Amana's art style.
I am Asura, and on battle I thrive. Have you the courage and strength to face me? Will you dodge, or will you bleed? The frail shall fall. You've not time to blink.
To safety, get to safety.
Tremble before the might of the minutiae. Come forth, embodiment of carnage. Revel on the bloody field of war. The spirit of battle awakens. Sharp is the lesson. The weak shall perish. Hear the gleaming edge. Unmerciful light shine upon you. Behold the six-fold blade.
So we gotta go around. Shit. I didn't move far enough over.
Fury be my strength. I will scatter your bones. Show me your steel.
Oh, she's still gone.
The spirit of battle awakens. Sharp is the lesson. Show me your steel. Hear the gleaming edge.
Oh, shit.
Unmerciful light shine upon you.
I can't tell whether it's gonna be in or out. I haven't figured that out yet.
Behold the six-fold blade.
Okay, I need to pay attention. It's gonna be in halves, so I have to bear down one. I was so close to getting it.
The face of battle is ever-changing. Joyful is your downfall. I will scatter your bones.
Come on! Yay! We did it!
Good show, Alessandra. 'Twould seem you thoroughly trounced that pesky primal. And even as we speak, Mother and Father should be informing the Radiant host of the despicable Venudi's wrongdoings. Divine Asura defeated. Turn the wheel, we flee for now. Who is flying the starship without my permission? The treasure is mine and mine alone. You called your vessel, Master Poo-Poo?
No, I did not. It's my friend's ship.
I swear if it's pee-pee, I'm gonna laugh. At last, the moment of sweet reunion is at hand.
I am so relieved to see you are safe. Likewise, my friend. But why did you open fire on the airship? Didn't that man help you after your crash? He did, at first. He pulled me from the wreckage and saw to it that my vessel was repaired. So in return, I replicated whatever trinket he desired and taught him the basics of starship technology. But that resolved to be a terrible error in judgment. When I was infected by one of this star's unique pathogens, he took advantage of my weakened state. He seized my ship, flew me out to the jungle, and there left me to die. Slowly, agonizingly, I was able to synthesize a cure for my affliction, and then I came back to reclaim my property. This experience has led me to conclude that the dominant sentient life forms here are dull-witted, cruel, and entirely unsuited to peaceful cohabitation. We must launch a full-scale invasion. It is the only way to guarantee our survival. No, they are not all like that. These ones have been nothing but kind to me. Oh yes, they're all smiles until they laser you in the back. We have to strike first before they show their true colors. The ship's reactor core has been breached. If it explodes, everyone in the vicinity will be atomized, and we're all in the vicinity.
Think, damn it, think! If I'm to stop the explosion, I need to traverse the considerable distance to the starship, but I can conceive of no logical solution. Inspector Brandehild, you must employ my father's mighty moves to propel me to the vessel. I too have calculated that Lord Godfrey's signature techniques are our only means of achieving sufficient propulsion, yet there is a flaw in your proposal. I lack the strength to properly perform the throw, and I have no time to teach you the starship's controls. Inspector Hildibrand, it is you who must flee me. Skyward as only a Mandeville can! Wrong way! I lost my grip. Given my trajectory and velocity, the correct shift in posture should generate enough lift and processional motion to... Yes, I can still make it.
Come on, Brandehild.
It's too late. The reactor's going critical. There's only one way to save the day. No! Oh, no! Don't do it! Oh.
Brandehild, no!
Inspector Brandehild! Our brief time together was more than any defective clone could ask for. Be well, my friends.
Is this case closed for Inspector Brandehild?
Nay, my loyal assistant. As a chip off the old gentleman, our dear Brandehild has surely survived to tell the tale. We shall see him again, mark my words. I hope so.
You rescued me, even though I tried to incinerate you with high-intensity plasma blasts. Even at the cost of one of your own. Only I could make amends and earn your forgiveness, but alas...
There's naught to forgive. This blocky constitution, Inspector Brandehild, will be just fine, I assure you. As a friend of Master Poo-Poo, you are a friend of ours, and what are a few minor plasma burns among fans, eh?
Our home planet. It was lost to the phenomenon you call the final days. We only survived because we were away exploring the cosmos at the time. Our explorations, which had heretofore served no purpose but curiosity, shifted to a search for a safe haven. We visited countless stars, but all had succumbed to the same insidious ruin as our own. Growing desperate, we decided to settle on any suitable refuge we could find, whether it was populated or not. The native beings were hospitable, we would live peacefully alongside them. If not, then we were prepared to claim a new home by force. So it was that I arrived at your miraculous planet. Lulled by the apparent absence of metaphysical chaos, I blundered into a mundane war zone where I was promptly shot out of the sky. The rest you already know. Having fallen behind during our search, I hurried here when my communications received no answer. That was when I met you, Inspector Hildibrand. Those touched by the despair of the final days are reduced to peace. Given our savage willingness to invade your star, it would seem that in a sense we fell prey to that despair after all. Fortunately, my encounter with you generous people brought me back to my senses, an outcome for which I am profoundly grateful. That said, there is nowhere for us to go. Would it be too much to ask for us to live here on your star?
Well, of course you must stay.
Yay!
And I suspect you'll be wishing to repair your damaged vessel.
Mommy!
Oh, Inspector, not again! Wait for me!
Never a dull moment around our Hildibrand. At least we didn't worry if the ship crashes, not with our impervious Mandervillian aboard. Oh, funny you should mention that. Upon reviewing the Mandeville family tree, it was made clear that a lord without heirs of his own passed the name to an adopted child several generations ago. You're adopted? Are you saying that you and your son are not direct descendants of Godbrand, the alien progenitor of the Mandeville line? Then how do you explain your unnatural sturdiness? When it comes to building strength and perfecting gentlemanly technique, it's not one's lineage which matters, but rather the unbending conviction within one's heart. Though Godbrand's bloodline be broken, House Mandeville shall live on through us. If the begoggled boy can't swallow that explanation, I've also heard talk of some unseen power driven by feelings and emotions. Could that be you and Hildy have tapped into that cosmic essence? Ooh, if that's the case, then you must be positively swimming in it, my dear. Everything appears to be under control here, so let's return to the city, shall we?
Red Hill.
Once more do I find myself hurling at superlative speed towards an unknown destination. Another day, another thrilling case for Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire. How did you get the tea? Thanks to an enlightening conversation with Master Poo-Poo on the way back, I believe I have the answers required to proceed with our weaponsmithing project. Trust the endeavor yet holds your interest. Pray inform Master Geralt of your willingness to assist, and my Emma and I shall make all haste to the High Crucible. And with that, I bid you good day.
Thank you all for looking out for our beloved son. I'm sure him and the blocky lad will be back for more cases before you know it. Bye. You've gone above and beyond for us, Alessandra. I'd like you to have the one replicated starship we made. Doesn't have the duplication facility or other suck technology on board, but it will carry you through the skies. Use this to call it whenever you wish. As for the two of us, we've decided to get to know our new home better by embarking on a journey of exploration. And so this is where we must say our farewells. Thank you for everything. We are fortunate indeed to have met you. Bye-bye!
Seems Poo-Poo wasn't planning an invasion after all. He even tried to stop his friend from launching an attack. I'm calling an end to this investigation, Alessandro. Your unfailing support during this entire ordeal has been most appreciated. Thanks to you, I was able to observe the inner workings of Charlian, and even traveled to the surface of the moon in search of truth. And when my own conspiracies threatened to blind me, you were there to open my eyes to the true shape of things. But this world yet harbors its share of the strange and the inexplicable, not the least of which is the source of Hildibrand's impossible physiology. If not an alien, then... mayhap he's the product of a hyper-advanced civilization from the distant past, the descendant of some gruesome biological experiment? Someone needs to plumb the depths of these unexplained phenomena, and I am the very man for the job. Gentlemen to walk with me.
Yay! The clothing bespoke, the gentlemanly family, the good huntsman of Ville. Yay! He'd better. I better see him in Dawn Trail. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, the stalker. Is he training to be able to defend her? I warmed up. Is that Brenda Hild? It is! I'm glad you survived. Thank goodness. Yay! Let's that. Pop that. Alright, one last quest for the day. Just need to remember where it starts. Ultimate Tool. Okay. Yeah, I think this is close. Dinner and a show! Since we just got that... Bless you, Wanda. That's a cool sound it makes. The manager's work is never done, or so Jamming Way's muttering would indicate. You have a status report, Alessandra? Quite understand. I get terribly anxious whenever I have to step away from the cafe. Why, just the other day I returned to find that a Grebulov had snuck behind the counter to bathe in the soup. Ugh. Such incidents aside, the last drinks couldn't be more successful. We're bustling with business and Elysian is thriving. Yet as the manager of this operation, I would be remiss not to ponder new ways to juice a little more happiness out of this carrot. This unit hastens to indicate that the current levels of juice and happiness are within optimal parameters. Any attempt to push either beyond capacity may prove disruptive to the present equilibrium. Of course it would be disruptive, you glorified can opener! A threat to the status quo it may be, but innovation is the lifeblood of business. And think of our patrons' delight should we treat them to, say, thrilling entertainment over a cup of carrot coffee? Whatever we do needs to be truly spectacular, though. So good that even the neighbor room won't simply stare morosely. If only I had any ideas whatsoever. The Dreaming Ways are full of ideas, can't vouch for quality though. Really now? I had heard that they were cooking up something in the hold, but I had no idea the project was such a success. I must see it for myself. Interested in a trip to Best Ways Borough, Alessandra? Appreciate your opinion on any possibilities I turn up. Oh, look at that mountain, so beautiful! I trust you can find the cafe and 7000. Contact me via the Ragnarok system should there be any more soup scandals. So this is the new Hopper's Hold, eh? Must say it's a significant improvement over the old crates and buckets. As for these stations that everyone's hopping to join, that one over there is a true work of art. Particularly appreciate their taste in subject matter.
However, one could hardly expect half a dozen civilizations to share the same aesthetic sensibilities. I shudder to imagine the pontification and gunfire that would ensue if we asked our patrons to paint a mural. Those machines around remind me of N7000, right down to the ears. It would fit in quite well with our current staff. And again, that would hardly be an innovative addition, would it? We already have more condescending numerical projections than we could possibly need. I suppose music is another matter of taste, though those lowbirds certainly seem to be having fun. Do you think a mournful dragon would enjoy being blasted with laser lights while it sings its ancient melodies? No? Pity. A shop! Perhaps our patrons would enjoy a selection of knickknacks sold alongside our regular menu items? Though mining those Omicron coins requires a truly exorbitant amount of processing power. And what if increased circulation led to a drop in Omni token value? Mother forfend! This station looks familiar. I wonder if Cooking Way has any new recipes to share. There is quite a bit of carrot on the menu already. N7000 would doubtless whir and whine about the lack of variety. Is that a broadcasting station? Oh, I do so love a good transmitter. Wonder what sort of messages they're sending. You're listening to Hope FM. Stay tuned for more talking in waves all day and all night. Moon time. They're speaking to the people of theirs to let them know they're not alone. Color me intrigued. Ensuring widespread access to receivers seems like hard work, but well worth the effort indeed. We could adjust the tuning of the Ragnarok's communications facilities to receive this transmission in the last trigs. But it still may not provide the level of crowd-pleasing excitement we're aiming for. While each and every one of these stations is wonderful in its own right, I fear none are quite suitable for our goals. Perhaps Dreamyway could come up with something special for us? Yeah. So good to see Dreamyway again. Do you think you could get me one of those shirts? Oh, Alessandra, is that Jammyway? It's been so long I'd started to think they were avoiding me. You opened a cafe out in Ultima Thule? That's one mother of a dream. And business is booming. Well, I am honored to be consulted about your upcoming event. Now we only need to work out what it is. Have you spoken with Talking Way yet? They receive letters from listeners across the star. Surely one or two have mentioned exciting happenings on Aetheris. Wait here. I present Talking Way. It's a pleasure to see you again. I would be happy to assist in your endeavors however I can. Forgive me, but have we met before? Yes, you would remember me as Counseling Way, but I have recently taken the name Talking Way in honor of my new dream. How wonderful! I look forward to working with you, Talking Way. Dreaming Way mentioned that you are in search of rousing entertainment for your patrons, and one possibility hops to mind. If our listener mail is any indication, Thavnir's hippo kart races have been drawing quite the crowd of late. Folk come from far and wide to see those hippos hurdle, it is said. Really? Hurdling hippos! Why, that sounds exciting! We could set up a race course in the necropolis to give Last Drake's patrons a prime view of the action. A stirring contest of speed and skill the likes of which Ultima Thule has never before seen. Surely that will pique even the Nibiru's interest. Any ideas on how we might approach these hippo racers, Alessandra? I've already worked with them. The leader is a friend of yours? You really do know everyone. Hope we could count on you for an introduction. The Hippo Hustle in Ultima Thule sounds like the sort of entertainment that should be available to all. Could our radio station provide a live broadcast of this event? But of course! With the Ragnarok as a relay, there's no signal we cannot boost. I should like nothing more than to share the joy of such an experience with our listeners across the theirs, and I certainly would be curious to attend myself. Then it's settled. We'll make a start on the preparations. I trust you can convince the hippos to traverse the Sea of Stars? To Thavnir, you said we're looking for a woman named Turna, correct? Oh, I can hardly wait. In fact, I can't. See you there. I wonder how this is gonna work. I really do love that sound. It's such a cool sound. This is my first time meeting an Archistora in person. Do my ears look alright? This little one with you? They've been here patting their ears for a while now, and staring. Got a lot of staring going on. He's never seen an Archistora before. Radio? Yeah, I've heard of it. One of my crew lugged a radio contraption all the way here from Old Charlian. That could be who sent you the letter about the Hannish Hippo Hustle, come to think of it. Your races are the talk of the star. We'd love to bring that sort of excitement out to Ultima Thule, though it is a wee bit of a trek from here. Ultima who? Now them I ain't never heard of. They live across the sea somewhere, I take it? As buoyant as our hippos are, we can't send them out into the wide world on their own. You'd need a colony to race them safely, and I have too much work here at home to abandon my post. Can't thank you enough for taking an interest in our operation, though. Oh. It's truly a shame, but I would hate to make the hippo riders disappoint their own customers in the name of entertaining ours. What to do? Dreaming Way and Talking Way were excited for this plan too. We mustn't give up just yet. I'm calling a strategy meeting to be held. Well, that post over there looks like a good place, isn't it? I understand Trina's passion for her work. I feel the same about my own. Perhaps someone else might race on her behalf. No, Trina race. I heard your conversation. Akala, I want to race Turna, and I know Turna wants to race. Akala? You're the one Turna mentioned, aren't you? Never. Turna's work ends. When she finishes with hippos, she teaches us the call and tongue so we fit in. She teaches us Hannish manners and fairness in trade. Akka, I find your language difficult, but my speaking improves. Turna says so, but Turna has no time to ride hippos now. She cares about hippos and the hippo riders. Again, always she helps us. But she forgets we can help her. Always we want to help her.
I see. Jenna is a great leader, but she takes every responsibility upon herself. No wonder she has no time left over to raise hippos.
Always Turner listens to you. You must talk sense at her.
Yes, I quite agree. If in her heart of hearts Turner wants to race, that's all the more reason for us to host a hippo hustle. You think you can convince her to come around? Leave it to me.
You hold it right there. I know that look, but you'll find I ain't so easily persuaded. You know how important our delivery business is. You helped us get our start, so why try to talk me out of it? I know you live for excitement. Don't you want to explore the unknown? Of course I would. There's only so many times you can race the same course without it starting to feel like a chore. Too many folks are relying on our services for me to go gallivanting. Carla's worried about you, you know. I told him there ain't nothing to worry about. I miss racing to be sure, but the hippo riders come first. Business couldn't be better, and I'd like to keep it that way. I recall a heartwarming lesson learned during the inaugural Hunnish Hippo Hustle. That was a race for the ages, to be sure. It was all thanks to our team here. Like I always say, you can only do so much by yourself. I do say that, don't I? Yet here I am acting like a column back when he first got here. Yes, I was right that him and I ain't so different in more ways than I knew. Alright, fine. The hippo riders will put together to keep things moving. In Thavner, and you'll have your race. Woohoo! I knew you would come through for us. Why, you had her convincing herself by the end. N7000, is that you? Affirmative. Several shrill life forms have come bearing word of a hippo hustle to take place in the necropolis. As serving units have automatically initialized advertising protocols, this unit requests swift confirmation that these reports are accurate. They are accurate, and tell those units that I like their initiative. As for my fellow Loporate life forms, I recommend a tall glass of carrot juice for each. They're sure to place additional orders. Interference? Testing, please respond. Prioritizing requests for managerial assistance on the customer service front. Ending transmission. Don't you terminate this transmission on me! Rude! What was that all about, I wonder? Initiating a new call doesn't work either. I doubt that it's anything serious, but perhaps you should check on N7000 just in case. You typically carry at least one object suitable for a light bludgeoning, do you not? I'll work out the finer details with Turna and see the hippo riders safely to Ultima Thule. I trust that the cafe will be intact when we arrive. Your return is most welcome. However, one managerial life form remains conspicuously absent. You sent me to come and check on things. Understood. This unit will initiate idling protocols until Jammingway arrives. Spirit-based refreshments have already been distributed to the newcomer life forms. And such refreshing refreshments they were! Furthermore, as your sensory organs will have detected, the usual customers have vacated the premises. This unit will now convey additional context. Once upon a time code. So to sum up, we no longer need to worry for lack of patrons. In fact, the last drinks being empty is quite inconceivable. Alessandra, oh thank the sisters. Wasn't sure we'd make it, especially after that experimental etherite. Glad you're okay. Oi, where are our customers? You had one job, but you buttons for brains? Elevated body temperature detected in nagging life form. This unit recommends swift consumption of chilled liquids. As for the customers, they have temporarily ceased their consumption of fine cafe fare to prepare for the upcoming race. The Corellians procured a transport vessel with the assistance of Stigma 4. Presently, the global citizens and freedom fighters are conducting a joint test drive. Meanwhile, the Grebulovs expressed a long-standing desire to float about within the Mumissive, which were eagerly volunteered by their Aya caretakers to serve as steeds. This unit's ethical algorithms are still processing. The dragons, too, intend to participate. Soaring through Lucian's mountains has revived their passion for flight, and they have expressed a desire to see more of Ultimate Thule from above. Unexpected, but I'll take it. As long as our patrons reach happiness, the means by which they travel matters not. This unit agrees, and hopes that all patrons will be replete with joy upon their inevitable defeat by the superior Omicron vehicle. Artillery may be involved. Artillery? Artillery is no match for a collar. I dodge. This is shaping up to be a gauntlet fiercer than Bottom's medal. This unit also invited the Nibiru to share the singular experience of losing to the Omicrons, but their registration remains pending. Nevertheless, they have conceded to observe the other civilizations' preparations. We'll have to hope that the overall excitement sweeps them up eventually. For now, we have our own preparations to attend to. On that note, this unit recalls that the inventing lifeform wished to speak with Alessandra regarding said preparations. Reports of critical levels of static electricity indicate the likely presence of this ally at base Omicron. Now this unit must return to supervising Stigma 4's production of racetrack features, engaging enthusiasm protocols. I could just take this. I was like, did I go the wrong way? Just the person of Aetheris I was hoping to see. As our Omicron friend doubtless relayed to you, this race is no longer a mere spectator sport. The people of Ultimate Thule will be bringing the best their civilizations have to offer, and they mean to win. Should the Arxidor then be left to defend Aetheris' honor all on their own? Nay, says I. Rather put her faith in the myriad peoples of the star for a reason. Fortunately, we brought a number of moonhoppers to help prepare for the hustle. With a little help from good old Inventing Way, there's no reason that one can't call you to victory.
7,000 mentioned artillery. That might be a reason. Artillery schmartillery. You can't pulverize what you can't catch. I've already taken the liberty of altering this moonhopper. Dazzle your competition with the hyper hop step, or press the big boost button to outstrip them with ease. Actually, why not do both? Do mind your power reserves, though. Even with my prodigious skill, there are only so many batteries I could shove into this chassis. Now, hop along and tell N7000 to add one more entrant to the roster. I'll catch up once I've discovered where this final screw belongs. Race preparations continue in accordance with projections. Did the inventing life form raise any matters of note? Yeah, he wants me to race too. You'll be joining the fray? How thrilling! Entrant registered. This unit will now provide supplementary information regarding the course. Please direct your orbs towards this geographical data display. The race will begin at the starship Ragnarok in Ostrakhan Deka Octo. Once Jeremy and Ogle signaled the commencement of hostilities, competitors may proceed across Rayatara toward Ostrakhan Tria. Passage through the checkpoint rings is mandatory. Those rings look rather lofty. How are the hippo parts to get through? In Ultima Thule, emotions become reality. You only need belief to make your hippos fly. Did you just call me an ultimate fool? Because I'd have to be to believe something like that. Once in Ostrakhan Tria, racers will enter the artillery zone, which extends from the periphery of the Ostrakhan to the abode of the Aya. This exciting enhancement is sponsored by the Alphatron civilization. Wait, you were serious about the artillery? What if my Saria gets hit? Out of concern for the curiously smooth four-legged life forms, Stigma 4 is presently manufacturing non-lethal cannons. Encountering these painless projectiles will result in no more than explosive removal from the course. Those who remain unblasted should continue to Ostrakhan Decahexi and proceed through Brace Omicron. And it is merely a matter of reaching the finish line, located at the last strikes. I win, then I feast on tiny desserts. Note that, in accordance with Omicron contest protocols, there are no restrictions on contrivances mechanical, magical, or maniacal during the race. This concludes the briefing. Well, at least I packed my rainbow Gulal. Saria should be happy to run for it no matter where she is. You brought Gulal? Why you do not share? Sharing is caring. We've been through this, Akala. Your hippo's never shown it a lick of interest. You just like throwing things. Go ahead and make your preparations. I need to make sure that N7000 isn't understating the firepower of those cannons. Once that's taken care of, I'll retrieve your moonhopper and meet you at the Ragnarok. But it's been so long since I did the original Hippo race. Whee!
Whispers falling silently drift on the wind. But I hear you
the games begin.
flowing.
Yes. Oh. Sorry, Maisie. Come on. Come on. There you go. I was stretching and one of my cats had her paws stretched out and it caught on my sweater. It's okay. Alright, back to the story. Yes, people of Etheris, are you there? We are your hosts, Talking Way and Dreaming Way, coming to you live from the very edge of the universe. And here among the stars, the hyper hustle is about to begin. This contest for the ages will see competitors race across a land as barren as it is beautiful, vying to be the first across the finish line. You won't want to miss a moment of this, folks. Now let's introduce our racers. Hauled by the speedy Saria as a courier as fast as she is reliable. All the way from Thavnir, it's Turno the Hippo Rider. Next, Akajasura is fearsome on the track as he is fearless on the battlefield. Honed in the fires of the Hanish Hippo Hustle, Ari Akala. Let's hope that Peacekeeper's less peaceful functions are disabled. Hailing from Karelin, a team of once bitter enemies turned fast friends, the citizens of freedom. Our next entrant may look more frolicsome than furious, but pass them at your peril. Supported by the ever-so-darling new missive, it's the electrifying Glabulafix. This mean, clean, speeding machine is ready to put the Alpha back in Alphatron civilization. Say hello to the lethal landed unit, Victory! But lo, what wisdom rides the winds of Elysian and fair peaks once forgot? The Dragon Star has joined the fray! Last but not least, a sword in the darkness, a beacon of hope, the champion of Eorzea. Friends across the universe, we present the one and only Hurrier of Light! What's this? A Nibiru Challenger? Are they supposed to be here? I thought the Hurrier was our last participant. You made it! Did you prepare a vehicle? We can lend you a moon hopper if you'd like. That will not be necessary. I knew you were gonna turn into that thing. What in the name of mug-swapping Marga? Sorry, it's a good girl, but she ain't no divinity. How's a normal hippo meant to compete with that? Like I said, you and your hippo need only let your competitive spirits burn bright. Where there's a will, there's a way. Quite literally. I suppose I'll toss some gulal and hope for the best. Racers, are you ready? Our racers have assembled at the starting line. Who will surpass the rest to emerge triumphant? On your mark, get set, go! And they're off with the Nibiran god Rala taking the lead. A juicy jolt from the Mew Missive has sent the lander the other competitors race on. They're now entering the next area in the field of automated artillery. The citizens of freedom are going in. We've received a transmission for the Peacekeeper. This is not compared to the carnage on Corellin. Yeah, you heard it here, folks. And the Peacekeeper is drowned by double cannon blast. How fortunate that the Corellians wear helmets. Ayakawa's card is enveloped in a cloud of ghoul. Lloyd to distract competing hippos, perhaps? Or did he fall prey to rainbow temptation? Whatever the cause has only made Turn of the Hippo Riders Clark fly all the faster. She's overtaken the Hurrier of Light for second place. Claim victory, you must overtake both Turna's Hippocard and the Nibrun's Rala. I've already taken the liberty of altering this Moonhopper. Dazzle your competition with the Hyper Hop step, press the big boost button to outstrip them with ease. Actually, why not do both? Do mind your power reserves, though. Even with my Prodigy skill, there are only so many batteries I can shove into this chasis. This one. The hippo is halted, overwhelmed by the euphony of song, no doubt. And the Hurry of Light has taken second place to the cries of "This Ain't Over, Alessandra" from Trina the Hippo Rider. I'm coming for you, Rella! This is it, folks, the final stretch. The Hurry of Light has pushed the Moonhopper.
those curves! Hug those curves! Is it a tie? Orla? We have word from N7000 at the finish line. The winner of the Hyper Hustle is... Oh! The Hurry of Light by a nose! Yay! Hehehehe. We do not understand. Our chosen form was suitable, performance flawless, yet victory was not ours to claim. It has been long since we've experienced this quickening of the pulse, this vexation. That's racing for you. Just when you think you've got it, some grinning idiot comes shooting past to take the gold. And sometimes you get to be that grinning idiot. That's the thrill of it. You never know if it'll go your way. You just race with all you've got. That you're upset to have lost can only mean one thing. You want to win the next time. That's a dream worth chasing. Trust me, I'm an expert. We do feel a yearning to race once more, a desire to triumph. Looks like my hopper's gonna need more batteries. This as well. We will engage with the other patrons of this establishment to develop a superior stratagem. Dynamis readings indicate a positive effect on the local environment. In accordance with Jamiewee's aspirations, the last dregs has become an ever greater source of hope. Despite this significant expense, extensive property damage, and crushing defeat occurred, this unit rates the Hyper Hustle as worth it. Yay! Oh, they're dizzy. You're as formidable on the track as on the battlefield. I shall do my best to learn from your example. Congratulations on your victory, Alessandra. Though in truth, I'm just relieved that everyone survived. Do you think we could fit a racetrack in Hopper's Hold? Be in the burrow. Such pristine fish. We'll make sure to take good care of them. The ones we don't eat anyway. Betrayed by Rainbow Gulal. Next time I follow Turner's advice. I learned my hippo's favorite things. Mayhap one day fate shall see fit to reunite me with my faraway kin. A dragon, a dream.
What did I tell you? The very universe is in the palm of my paw.
Never thought you could be so tricky. I'm glad we got to ride together. Let's do it again sometime. Is it possible that a substance that possesses no consciousness knows us better than we know ourselves? Right. Congratulations, Allied Unit Alessandra. This unit has already requested the manufacture of an Omega unit to be cultivated into a worthy competitor via racing trials. Please anticipate your defeat.
Please look forward to it. I think you did all of that on a Logrit-built craft. I'm delighted that we could play some small part in your triumph. I'm even more delighted that the Neighborhood have finally found something to work toward. Still, I'll be glad to resume our usual service. I may make myself a nice Keurig coffee while I'm behind the counter.
You were right, I admit it. I had a great time racing, even if I didn't understand half of what was going on. But as fun as it was, I need to be getting home to Thavner. Don't want to leave the Hippo Riders alone for too long lest some homicides start getting restless.
We finished packing up the broadcasting equipment, so we'll be heading back to the Dreaming Workshop ourselves.
So soon? It'll feel so empty out here in the cosmic void without you. Affirmative, but did we not have one more objective to complete before the other organic life forms depart? Objective?
Oh, I nearly forgot! Talking Wing and Venti Wing, help me lift this. 1, 2, huh! It's for you, Alessandra, a trophy befitting the victor of the Hyper Hustle. As you can see, it was designed in the image of the last drakes, the Hippo Riders, and also the Dreaming Ways. That reminds me, we brought a few commemorative gifts as well. Talkie Way and Venti Way, help me lift these. 1, 2, her. One for the last dregs, and one for Spina. You have an eatery there too, I hear. Then I hope you'll let us keep you company at meal times, whether it's weather advisories, hobby music, or simply a friendly voice you need. Hope FM is here for you.
So this is a radio contraption too? Has bigger ears than the other one I saw. I'll be sure to listen with the crew.
I was just thinking we should get one of these. Our patrons are going to love it.
Projections anticipate increased customer satisfaction in the ambience category.
Thank you, Alessandra. We wouldn't be here if you hadn't brought us together. I think I speak for everyone when I say that this day will shine like a newborn star in our memories. I hope you feel the same. Hello, Sophia. Just don't let it eclipse the possibility of more unforgettable days to come. After all, look across the sea, up at the moon, past the distant stars, and you'll find us waiting for you. lop hop, and a trophy.
He came in as I just finished the Alliance tribal quests. Oh, thank you for the follow. Achieved allied reputation. Yay! Yay! Yeah. Does that mean there's... Hold on a sec, I need to check something. Need to go over here. I'm doing alright, how are you? Where's the vendor? There. Yeah, sorry about that. I have been streaming for about 3 hours now, though, and you kind of caught me at the last part of it. Thank you for the follow, though, and for coming by. I appreciate it. Let me go somewhere that doesn't have music that might get this in trouble. I'll go to my sheer gunning house. Go. Thank you. Alright, well, we did everything. We finished Tataru's Tataru's Grand Endeavor. We finished the Hildibrand quest, and we did the Alliance Beast Tribe quest, so I am famished. I'm gonna go get some lunch. But for everyone that's watching live, thank you for checking out my streams. Similar to Miss Sophia Adams, please give me a follow if you're so inclined, as it'll help me towards my goals here on Twitch. For those watching in the future on YouTube, thank you for checking out my VODs. Please feel free to subscribe there so you can see when I post more videos for you to check out. Until then, have a fantastic day. See you next time. Bye-bye!